Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to our second playthrough of Mage Knight, the board game, where we're on our second scenario, which is a solo conquest. We have to conquer 2 cities in 3 days and 3 nights, and we're on the last night, people, and we've only conquered 1 city. We still have 1 to go, the Green City, but we are camped outside and we are preparing to assault it. So we will be getting on with that in this episode, because if we don't, we will fail the scenario. Apologies, this has taken a bit of time. It's been a few days since my last upload, but life and stuff. Now, looking at the previous episode, I don't think there was too much wrong with it, so we can get straight into episode 11. Let's pop across to the map and just see where Arythea is and what we're going to do. And here we are at the map, where we start actually on a magical glade. It is night time, so we are going to get ourselves a black mana. We'll put that onto our player area. I don't think we're actually going to attack the city this particular turn. We're going to try and get ourselves some more crystals, so that's what we're going to do this turn. Let's get back to the player area and see how we're going to do that. And here we are back at the player area, and there is that black mana. Let's just pop it there. I think what we're going to do is just let's build up on our crystal stash, and then we will look to assault the city. So first of all, we're going to play Mana Storm. We're just going to use its basic ability here. Choose a mana die in the source that is showing a basic colour. We'll gain a crystal of that colour to our inventory and then immediately re-roll that die and return it to the source. So we're going to use the blue, which will give us a blue crystal, which we can put in our inventory, and now we've got a crystal of each colour. Then what we're going to do is obviously re-roll that mana die. So we'll get our dice tower and we'll give it a quick roll, and we get a black. So pretty useful. That'll be, I'd have preferred a red, but a black will do. So we'll pop that there. Now we can get on with the rest of our turn. We're going to play Crystallise. And no, we're not. We're going to play Blood Ritual. Idiot. We're going to play Blood Ritual. Take a wound, and we'll gain a red crystal to our inventory and a mana token of any colour, including non-basic. We're not going to charge it up again. We're just using the basic ability. So we're going to take that wound. We'll just pop it there. Remember, we're on a magical glade. That's not a big deal. We're going to gain a red crystal. So we've got 2 in our inventory now. You can only have 3 of any one colour in your inventory, but we've only got 2, so we're okay there. And we want a mana token of any colour, including non-basic, but we are going to pick a basic one. We're going to pick a blue one, and you'll see why in a moment, because yes, I'm going to play Crystallise. And in order to gain a crystal of any colour, which we want, to our inventory, we need to charge it. So that's what we wanted the blue mana for. So we'll pop that there. We'll charge it with blue mana, and we will get ourselves another blue crystal. So that gives us 2. Remember, we may need quite a lot of red crystals, and we do have polarization. So if we've got a few blue crystals as well, we should be able to use them as red if we have to. And I think that is it. We are not going to do anything else. We just got ourselves a few crystals. Hopefully we'll get some helpful cards, and then we can look at assaulting the city. Or depending on, you know, we may get a good draw with the dummy player, so we may even be able to, you know, hold off for another turn. But that's it for this particular turn, so we'll get rid of that. We will discard these 3 cards. Now, because it's the end of the turn and we are on a magical glade, we can also get rid of a wound. So we'll do that. We'll get rid of a wound. Excellent. So we have done that. Are we going to use anything else? No, I think we'll leave these skills. We can always use them next turn. So yes, I think that is it. So we need to draw up to 6 cards. Our first card, which is trying to fall out of the sleeve, is March. Okay, move. I would have preferred a attack card because we don't really need move because we've got the 2 movement already to get into the city with scouts. But at least this will free up the scout siege attack, so not too bad. So there's march, and oh, this is more like we've got one of our spells. So we've got snowstorm, ranged ice attack 5, and blizzard, take a wound, siege ice attack. That could be extremely useful actually. This is excellent. Yes, that's a good card. That could really help us out. I like that siege ice attack very much indeed. Oh, we've got to get rid of this black mana because we didn't use it. And yep, we've drawn up, we've got a few crystals, and we may actually be able to assault the city next turn through getting blizzard. I'll have to have a look at that. But before we get around to that, obviously it's the dummy player's go, so let's turn some cards over. And here we are with the dummy player. So 3 cards. We get a red, rage, a blue, yes, get rid of the blues, crystallize, a white, agility, so we're only turning over 1 more card, that's excellent, and threaten. I'd have preferred that to be a blue, but it'll do. Turning over 4 cards is the best we can do. That's hopefully given us a bit more time, so that's excellent. So that is the end of the turn. Let's move straight into the next turn. And here we are at the next turn. I've had to do quite a lot of thinking as normal. So first thing we're going to do is we won't go to the map because we're going to assault the city. So we need 2 movement. We will use march for move 2, which means Arythea moves into the city. So we put her on a card like that. So that's great. The assault has begun. Now you'll see that I've put our friendly neighbourhood defenders down here, and you'll see why I've set them up like I've set them up in a moment. And we've also, remember, got our black mana. You might not be able to see it too well because it's black against black, but we did get a black mana because we started on the magical glade before we assaulted the city. We are in the city streets and it is going off. So what are we going to do? Well, the reason I've sort of separated this guy out, the shadows, is because he's a pain with this arcane immunity. So what we're going to do is we're going to take him out first. He is fortified, but because he's in a city, but he is susceptible to siege attack. Now we're going to have to, he's elusive as well, so we're going to have to generate 8, but that's okay because we have got blizzard, and that's what we're going to take this guy out with. So we need to generate 8 attack. We are going to play blizzard, and we need a blue mana and a black mana. We're going to take a wound, and it's siege ice attack 8. So we use this black mana here, and we'll use a blue crystal. So that's siege ice attack 8 plus a wound, and that kills the shadows. Unlucky Hank. So he's gone as I drop him on the floor, but we'll pop him over here and we'll turn him over, and we know that he's dealt with. We get a shield for killing one of the defenders. We'll put that on there as well. Now we've got the other 3 guys. Now I want to take these 2 out at the same time. Just before I get to those though, I want to get rid of this guy, which is the freezers. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to play another card, another spell in fact. We're going to play Mass Expose. Enemies lose all fortifications this combat, or they lose all resistances this combat, and we get ranged attack 3. Yeah, so these are all the enemies, and we need to power it with black and white mana. So first of all, we're going to use Dark Fire Magic. We're going to get another red crystal, which will bring us up to 3, and we're going to take a black mana as well. There is a black mana in the source, but I want to use the white mana that's in the source. So we get that, and we get a red crystal. Up to 3, which is our limit in our inventory. And we use this black mana, and we use this white mana from the source. So all of these guys Even this one, which was doubly fortified, remember, loses all its fortifications. So every single one of these is susceptible to ranged and siege combat. We got ranged attack 3 with the card, and we're going to use our Delphana Masters as well. So, in fact, just before we play that card, yeah, because we can still tweak it around a bit. We've not revealed any hidden information. We'll just play Delphana Masters before Mass Exposed, and we'll charge it with a green mana, because we want armour of target enemy is reduced by 5 to a minimum of 1. And we'll play that on the freezers. So they've now got 2 armour. They are fire resistant, but that's okay because we're using the ranged attack off Mass Expose. These guys are gone. They have been killed. Woo! And that is another shield. Now we want to get rid of these 2 guys at the same time. In order to do that, we need to generate 12 siege or 12 ranged, or a combination of the 2, and we can do that. So we'll pop them there, because we're going to play our Amatep Gunners for ranged fire attack 6 with a red crystal, and we're also going to play our Catapults for ranged siege fire attack 5, so that's 11. And finally, that final siege attack we're going to get off our scouts. So that'll give us 12 siege and ranged. Give us 1 siege attack and 11 ranged and siege fire attack. Total 12. And that is just what we need to kill both of these chaps here. So we have killed all 4. We get another 2 shields. And that is just fandabby-dozy, is it not? So I think that is okay. I think that's fine. I think we've done it. I'll dare say George or somebody will come up if I haven't done it correctly, but hopefully I have. As I say, it's my second game and hopefully I've done this correctly, but I think we are okay. We have managed to defeat all of these guys. So let's pop them up there. And are we going to do anything else at the end of this turn? Pop that back up there. Obviously that's once per turn, so we'll keep it face down. Is there anything else that I want to do? I don't think so. So we'll call that the end of the turn for Arythea. We are no longer on a magical glade, so we've got to keep that wound. So we'll pop that over there. And yeah, it's just clean up. But before we do the clean up, let's pop up to the, because what may happen is we may level up again. We've got quite a lot of fame there. So we'll pop up to the reputation track and sort that out. And here we are at the fame and reputation track. We do take a fame hit, so we go down to +1, unfortunately, but we do get, sorry, a reputation hit, but we do get all this lovely fame. So that's 4, 11, 19, yes, 24, awesome. So what are we on? 63, so that's going to be 87. It does indeed level us up. Let's just discard these chaps. And it's a white, and that's a white. Great, so we've gone up to 87. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's carry on with the cleanup and the level up. And here we are back at the cleanup. Okay, let's get rid of all this mana that we spent. And bob. And we need to re-roll this guy. So we'll do that. And we get a gold, so that's depleted. But we do have polarization. And Discard these 3. So spells are really strong. If you can use the overpower versions, they are amazing. So we've done that. And is there anything else we want to do? I think no, we'll be okay. We've got to level up, and we get another command token. So there we go. Move these up here. So we've got another command token. Should we wish to recruit. And what were the changes? Oh, we've got a hand limit of 7 now. In addition to that, we're going to get +2 because of the green city. So let's see what the green city gives us. So for 6 influence, we can actually pick up a advanced action by the look of it. Or we can take the advanced action that's on top of the supply deck. So pretty good. So we might look to do something like that in order to maximise our score. Okay. So we'll pop that on here along with the shields. There we go. And we've just got to draw up to our hand limit. So our hand limit is 7, but we get +2 because we are in our conquered city. So that is going to be 9. We've got 4 here, so it's an extra 5 cards. So we get Swift Bolt, Mana Pull, Concentration, and Fireball. Oh, one more because we've got 9. Whoop. Sorry. And Determination. So we've got loads. Could have done with a heal. Could have done with Tranquility or something. So there we go. So we've got a shed load of cards there. Right, I think we'll put her back. Actually, we'll just leave her on the card there, I think. We know where she is. I don't think she's going to be doing any more moving. Right, so what do we do now? I think that is it. That's the end of the turn for Arythea. So we've got to move to the dummy player. And here we are with the dummy player. So 3 cards. We've got a white, a green, and another white. So that's good. So we only have 1 more card. Let it be a blue. It was a green. So that's not too bad. We've still got plenty of cards left there, and that is the end of the turn. So I believe we've got 1 more turn. I'll just check that. I believe we've got 1 more turn in order to maximise our score, and then that is it. But essentially we've won. Woohoo! So I'll be back in a moment with our next turn. And here we are, finally at the final turn, after a lot more thinking. I think this is going to be the best I can do anyway. Okay, so we get a turn, the dummy player does not. It's all over for the dummy player. It's just as much as we can manage in our final turn. What we're going to do first is we're going to play Concentration. We're going to charge it up with green mana from the source. When you play this, play another action card with it. Get the stronger effect of that card for free. If that effect gives you move, influence, block, or any type of attack, you get that amount +2. So we're going to play Concentration, charge it with this green mana, and we're going to play Mana Pull. Now, we're going to take 2 mana dice from the source. Remember, we can use a stronger effect. We're not going to get the +2 because, obviously, we're not using influence or move or anything like that. We're just taking 2 mana dice from the source and we're setting them to any colour except gold. We gain a mana token of each of these colours. Do not re-roll these dice when you return them to the source. So we're going to play that for its stronger effect. We're going to take the gold and the black because they're the only 2 that are left in. And what we want to do is we definitely want a white. So we want a white one, and I believe, what other colour do we need? We also, I think we're alright actually, I think we can use pretty much anything. So we'll have a green, I think. I might change that, I might have forgotten something. But as it stands, we've got a white and a green mana that we can use. I definitely need the white, I know that. After that, what we're going to do is we're going to use the Tome of All Spells. We're actually going to get rid of it because we're going to play its stronger effect. We're going to discard a card of any colour, use the stronger effects of a spell of the same colour from the spell's offer without paying its mana cost. You may do so even during the day. Well, we're doing it at night anyway. So we're getting rid of this. Okay, we're going to lose a little bit of... we're going to lose some points by getting rid of it, but we're going to get rid of it. And we're also going to discard Swift Bolt. That is a white card. And we're going to play Call to Glory. So we want to recruit any one unit from the unit's offer for free. So we want another unit. We'll take the catapults because they're a level 3 unit and you get more points for that. So we'll pop them in there. And it also means we get 5 units which we're entitled to. We're entitled to it. So we're having them. So we've done that. Next, we're in a city. Now we have 5 influence already because we've got 4 shields for the 4 defenders that we beat, and we've got +1 up here. So wow, I remembered. So we've got 5 influence already, and if you remember, it costs 6 to get an advanced action, and that's what we are going to do. We're going to get 2 advanced actions. We are going to spend oh, in fact, no, we're short, aren't we? Damn it! We're not going to be able to do it. So what we're going to do... Oh, we're just short. I've just miscounted. We're going to end up with 11. I wanted 12. Because we've got 5. I could get 5 from improvisation to charge it with the crystal down there. So that'd take us up to 10. But I've got to discard a card. So I can only get up to 11. Oh! Is there any way I can get around that? I don't think there is. So what we'll do is, we'll still do that. Oh, hang on. Hang on. So we've got 5. Yes, we've got 5. We may as well keep the crystal, mayn't we? So we're only going to be able to buy 1. So what we may as well do is, we've got 5. We'll just play this sideways. Yeah, may as well just play that sideways, I think. And yes, that gets us 6 because we've got 1 reputation plus the 4 here. That's 5. That is 6. And unfortunately, we can't use these guys. I was going to play both of them sideways, but you've got to discard a card from your hand. Wounds don't count, which is pretty grim. So yes, bit of a downer that. But yes, we did generate 6. So we generated 6 influence, and she would pick Decompose, I think. So we'll put that into the top of her D deck. And we've got to draw up. Let's keep doing it correctly till the end. And we get Ice Bolt. So Ice Bolt pops in there. And I don't think we can do much more. I think that's pretty much it. But we got ourselves another unit. We got ourselves another advanced action. And there's still plenty left. There's plenty left in the dummy player's deck, so that should get us a few points. We haven't declared end of round or anything like that, so hopefully we'll score pretty well. There's probably something better I could have done there, but I couldn't think of anything. So we'll leave it at that, I think. Okay, so that is the end of the turn. That is the end of the game. We have won. All we've got to do now is do a little bit of clear up and then it's scoring time. So these two go back as is. This one is re-rolled. And we get another green. There we are. Get rid of that now. And get rid of the mana. Get rid of the cards that we used. And that is it. So that is how it ended up. I suppose we've got to draw up our hand as well if we're going to... And we're still in the city, so we still want 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll just plonk these all in here. Should be 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're at our hand limit. Yes, there it is, the end of the game. So all we've got to do now is do all the juicy adding up. I will be back in a moment once I've dug out the card with the scoring on it. And here we are at the count up. I found the card. So we use this side of the card. Greatest knowledge, we get +2 for every spell we got and +1 for every advanced action. So spells, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 8. So what we're on, 87, that takes us up to 95. Advanced actions, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that takes us up to, let's put them on the discard here. That takes us up to 104. Woohoo! Then it is +2 for every artifact. Well, we got rid of ours, and we get +1 for every 2 crystals we've got. We did have 2 crystals. We ended up with a red and a blue that we didn't use. So that gives us +1 to 105. Then the greatest leader, we count up our units. Fantastic. None of which had wounds on. So what I did wrong last time is you actually count up what's in the corners. Yeah, what level they are, and then you divide it by 2. So this is 1, 4, 7, 10, 14. Yeah, so we had 3 level 3s, a level 4 and a level 1, so that is 14. So that's pretty good. So that would take us to 119, which is right at the end. So I'll put it on 19 here. Yeah, remember we're at 119. So that's cool. And, oh, it's not as far as that, is it? I added 14, didn't I? Should have only added 7. No. So it's actually 112. Yep, we're at 112. Fixed it. So we're at 112. Then we've got the Greatest Conqueror. So we get +2 for, well, we'll do the Greatest Conqueror and the Greatest Adventurer together. You get +2 for each monastery, for each keep, and for each Mage Tower. We got 1 of each of the keep and the Mage Tower. And we also got a dungeon. So that is 6 altogether. So those are our 3 shields. That's another 6. That takes us up to 118. And then we take some off for our wounds. We didn't manage to get rid of all our wounds. We ended up with 3. So we've got to take 6 off. So that takes us back to 112. And then we've got some that are actually in the rule book itself. So scoring, score 10 points for each city you conquered, so that's 20. So that takes us up to 132. That's not bad, is it? Score an additional 15 points if you conquered all cities. We certainly did. So that takes us up to 147. Woohoo! doing really well, I think, for first solo conquest. If you finish the game 1 or more rounds before the limit, score 30 points for each such round. No, we didn't. We were in the last round. Score 1 point for each card in the dummy player's deed deck that was not yet flipped. There's a few. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 takes us up to 60. We're on 160 and we're not done yet. There's still a final. If the end of round was not announced, it was not. Score an additional 5 points. And that is the end of the scoring. So 165, I believe. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Quite impressed with that. I think I've done the scoring right. I may not have done, but I think that is right. So yes, fantastic, 165. I hope I've done this episode correctly. As ever, you know, first game and all that. And it's been a few days because I've had a bit of a cough and other stuff. So, yeah, hopefully I haven't made a cock up anywhere in that final episode, especially in the City Assault. I hope I've done that correctly, and I hope I've done the scoring correctly. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. It's a lot of thinking, and I will give my brain a rest, I think, for a couple of days before I start my next playthrough, which is going to be Darkest Night 2nd edition. There's currently a playthrough going through. Doug Herring's doing one. I think he's up to episode 4 or something. It's fabulous. Go and check it out. I'll be doing a playthrough shortly. Then after that, excuse me, sorry, you can see why I haven't been doing videos for a few days now. My voice is beginning to go. Then I'll do Gloomhaven, I think. Also, had a bit of a delivery today. I know a lot of you are big fans of Eldritch Horror. So the Massive Nyarlathotep arrived today in a big box. Quite why it's in a big box, I don't know. Because, well, Fantasy Flight are getting extremely cheeky. This has barely got anything in it at all. Yeah? So a bit cheeky of them to use a big box. And but I'll moan about that when I come to doing a playthrough. I'll probably do that after Gloomhaven, and we may even do the campaign. I'm undecided yet as to do my usual, you know, whereby I invite people along to play characters. If I'm doing a campaign, I'm not so sure, but we'll see. I might gauge interest, because what it is, I will need people to make a bit of a commitment. You know, a normal one game, that is a bit different from doing 6 games one after another, which would be a campaign. So we'll see about that. But yes, this is the end for Mage Knight. Thoroughly enjoyed it. What a great game. Had a fantastic time playing First Reconnaissance and Solo Conquest. Hopefully I haven't made too many errors, and you know, you enjoyed it too. I did enjoy it, and I will certainly be playing this again. It is excellent. So all that remains now is to pack the thing away. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thank you for all the views. Thanks for all the likes and the dislikes. You're still watching. And if you have noticed any errors, please let me know. Put it in the comments. I'll try and get it right for my next game, and it will let any future viewers know where I've cocked up. There's not a lot I can do about it now because this is the final episode. But thank you very much. If you do spot something, please do put it down below. Thanks to everybody who's been across to Board Game Links to have a look at the videos over there, or BGG to have a look at the video threads, make a comment, you know, like them, or drop some geek gold, anything like that. Thank you so much. You are amazing. So, without further ado, that is it for Mage Knight, the board game Solo Conquest. Arythea was victorious. She is now busy draining all the blood out of the city for her Lord Amara. Isn't that a great way to finish a game? I think so. Okay, so I hope to see you next time. Not quite sure when it'll be. I'll try and get rid of this cough. But possibly a few days' time, we'll start Darkest Night 2nd edition. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.